Hey guys, it's me, Captain Waspmere, and pretty much as you can see, there was a massive deal announced pretty much earlier this week between the Valiant Entertainment, the American comic book publisher company, pretty much similar to Marvel and DC. They got their own comic book shared universe and everything, and they did a massive deal with the Chinese company DMG, a really super rich, international company and everything. And because of this deal, and as we know, the Valiant Cinematic Universe was in development for quite a few years by Valiant themselves, but they didn't really have the backing and the money for it. But now, because of this massive deal, they've announced that the Valiant Cinematic Universe is officially coming to the big screen, and so many amazing characters like Bloodshot, Eternal Warrior, Shadow Man, Toyo Harada. The list goes on pretty much in Man of War. There's so many, and it's just great. Now, in this video, I did a video earlier with some of the A-Holes of the Galaxy members talking about the excitement for the Valiant Cinematic Universe, as it's going to bring something really interesting, pretty much. Just to let you guys know, if you don't know too much about the Valiant universe, it's a shared comic book universe, just like Marvel and DC. Luckily for Valiant, they do own their entire universe, just like DC, where they own the entire DC universe of Warner Brothers. As we know, Marvel pretty much own mostly everything of their universe. They just don't own two areas, which is X-Men and Fantastic Four, owned by 20th Century Fox. So that's the right situation right now. But yeah, back to Valiant. It's a really interesting, exciting prospect because there's so many amazing characters. And, I'm going to just do a list of them all, like, the likes of Bloodshot, the likes of Man of War, Eternal Warrior, oh my god, there's so many pretty much. Live Wire, Shadow Man, Ninjak, Rai, just Archer and Armstrong, Quantum and Woody. There's just so many, and they've got their own, superhero crossover team, just like the Marvel do with the Avengers and DC do have the Justice League. Their superhero crossover team, their main superhero team, is called Unity and everything, and that's what is really exciting to know, that there's obviously now with this universe coming, there is a massive Unity crossover movie coming. As you can see with Marvel, with their Avenger movies, with DC with their Justice League movies, crossover movies coming, and obviously Fox could eventually do an X-Men Fantastic Four crossover movie down the line. So everyone's really getting into that comic book cinematic type crossover movie type element right now for the future, which is really exciting for us comic book fans. But basically back to Valiant, pretty much my theories on what they're going to do. Obviously for me, look, I think Valiant, to be honest, as we know, there was a few movies in development like Bloodshot and a few others, and there's many others they've claimed in this big announcement. I think at Comic-Con we're likely to get a huge announcement of the lineup and the official lineup and the official release dates. Now, when do I think all these movies are really going to start turning up? I think most likely 2017 or 2018, because I think at the moment, I think they're just waiting to announce everything. So, and I doubt that anything's going to be released next year. I think it's mainly going to be filming next year, probably for the first two projects. But and then it'll go on for like I think the first phase is likely to go on for like 5 or 6 years or something, just like kind of like Marvel's phase one. By the way, Valiant look like they're doing things. They look like they're doing it the Marvel Studios way, by building up all their characters first and then bringing them together for a big crossover movie. It makes sense because remember, the Valiant universe is very unknown to a lot of people in the world. And also, it is very underrated because, as we know, Marvel and DC are the big boys, the top two. Valiant's pretty much like third place, pretty much there. But Valiant is, a very proud company. Its fans are really proud, and I'm really excited as a huge Valiant fan, and I know some of the A-Holes of Galaxy members and many other people I know are big fans of them, and they're excited to see this. Now, what movies do I reckon they should definitely go with for the first phase, and who they should go for Unity? Now, my predictions, pretty much, this is who I want, but also this is who I kind of predict at the same time. By the sounds of it, there was a few movies we do know that are in development, and I think there's a few movies I can definitely tell they're going to be doing for the first phase. Is oh, by the way, guys, just to let you know before I do this, they actually did say that future TV shows are coming right, probably likely after phase one, after like a few movies on the big screen and they get established. So very, very exciting. They're pretty much going down the Marvel and DC way of that, pretty much expanding. They did say that obviously these movies would be released worldwide and everything. And remember, Valiant Entertainment's an American company and everything, so just like Marvel and DC. So obviously it's going to get released worldwide, and merchandise and everything's going to start coming in a lot more comics, more exopedias. There's going to be a lot. We're going to be seeing a lot of Valiant for the next 6 years, which is really cool because of this. But anyway, as I was saying before, pretty much. My predictions of some of the solo movies that are likely to happen for the first phase, because I'm not going to go phase 2 and 3 and all them lot, but I'm going to go phase 1. Pretty much, my prediction would probably be, my predictions for some of the solo movies would probably be Bloodshot, Eternal Warrior, Archer and Armstrong, Shadow Man, and I think Ninjuk will probably get a movie too. And because I think I can see definitely a few of these characters definitely getting a movie and everything. Personally, I think Livewire, who's like one of the main females of the Valiant universe, especially really important in the in the Unity's crossover team. I think she's probably going to be like a supporting role, probably like because I think Toyo Harada, who's like a supervillain slash kind of like hero in a way, it's kind of weird, really, but really powerful as well. By the way, just to let you know, guys, I think he's gonna be kind of like Nick Fury slash Lex Luthor, where he's kind of like going around all the solo movies, he's getting involved, and then he finally really has his moment in the big Unity crossover movie. As we know with Eternal Warrior and Armstrong, they're both brothers. They're both immortal brothers, and they both can't die or anything like that. They have immortality. They don't age or anything. So what I could see happening is in the Eternal Warrior movie, they're going to set it obviously in the ancient times where you see the origin, and I bet you're obviously going to see Eternal Warrior with Armstrong in the beginning, but then after that they're going to break away from each other, and then that's when you mainly just see Eternal Warrior go through the centuries, evolving into this hero and everything and stuff like that. When you see Armstrong, he's pretty likely to be with Archer, that really cool origin that Archer has, with getting taught by the monks and everything like that. So I think that what they're going to do, and that's going to be like a really good connection to that. Ninjak, as we know, is a spy and everything. So he's like, in the spy type world of things, he's like a really awesome ninja. Shadow Man, I think I could see Shadow Man being a mixture, obviously, because as we know, he's a big supernatural type character. So he's going to be kind of like a mixture of like, I don't know, the Crow and like Doctor Strange and stuff, because there's magic involved and stuff like that. So it's going to be like really cool, that movie. Bloodshot, I can see being a mixture, because Bloodshot's kind of a mixture of, he's kind of a mixture of Punisher, Wolverine, and like Batman, because he's like he's like the biggest badass of the freaking Valiant universe, and with pretty much he has also a healing factor, a major healing factor, like pretty much like Wolverine, and also when I say Batman, he's like incredibly popular and stuff when it comes to Valiant. So there you go when it comes to that. And I think obviously his movies, because he has a lot of military involved and stuff, it's probably more like gonna be like the Captain America movies, Winter Soldier and Captain America: The First Avenger, where there's a lot of military type, conspiracies and stuff like that going on. So I can see that his movie being like that. Now, Man of War, I think is going to be like probably the most epic movie out of all of them, pretty much. He's going to be, because he's like the biggest star out of them all. There's loads of big stars, but he is the one Man of War. He's basically a guy who, has a suit. Pretty much, I think a lot of people when they first see him will probably think, it's, he looks a bit like, maybe this is going to be, he's like the Iron Man of the universe. In a way he is, but not really, because his suit looks very different. Plus, also, he has like this awesome, like lightning thunder sword that looks fucking sick. And then, he has cosmic powers and everything. He's like really overpowered. And, he's basically protecting Earth, but he also fights in the galaxy and everything. And I think for me, with Man of War, you need to make the theme really like the way Man of Steel was. Because how Man of Steel was just such an epic feel, and it was so important and so huge. Man of War is that dude. You need to do it because he's like the biggest hero, the most popular hero as well. So it's like Bloodshot. I think I can see Bloodshot with his movie they're going to make it like a Captain America type movie, like Winter Soldier or something. I can see, Eternal Warrior being, Eternal Warrior, I can see him being like a Thor type movie, but more with like, ancient things involved in it and stuff like that. But, I can see what, and obviously we're waiting to see the Wonder Woman movie in 2 years time in 2017. So, we're going to have to wait and see, but I can see the Eternal Warrior movie looking similar to that. Archer and Armstrong's probably going to be a really lightened up movie, but really cool with the monks and stuff like that. And I think I can see that being actually a pretty awesome movie. And everything, what I like about Valiant is I think what I love about it is it's such an epic world because that it's full of immortals, it's full of gods, it's full of quite a lot of things, aliens, robots, so many things. And for the Unity crossover movie, I'm just fucking excited as hell because Valiant has just got such an amazing, got so many great stories with so many amazing superheroes, plus great villains as well. And I just really am excited because the world has not, seen the Valiant universe at all on live action. So I think when this hits, it's going to be a huge hit. And plus, remember, think about it, guys. Valiant is so underrated that the people that are making this movie probably definitely want to make sure that this universe of theirs, this cinematic universe, works in the future, which I'm so excited. And if I was to be honest, the movie I'm pretty looking forward to, solo movie wise, obviously Unity is the one I'm looking forward to the most because that's the one where all the characters come together. But the one I'm looking forward to so much is pretty much, obviously Exo Man of War when it comes to it. And then obviously Eternal Warrior is my favorite, but Exo Man of War, I have to admit, is probably the one I'm mostly looking forward to. Plus, this actually works really well for Valiant because Valiant's, very, very unrealistic. There's gods, there's immortals and everything. So with the CGI and the motion picture and action choreography and special effects so good and evolved at this rate, it's going to be great for the future. I can just see it being so amazing. Pretty much. Now, what do I think for the future villains? I think Toyo Harada, I think he's going to be kind of in the middle in the beginning. When it comes to villains, I think he's going to be kind of in the middle, really. And I think as the thing goes on, he'll start to become more and more of a villain and everything because he's pretty dark and pretty powerful. And then that's when Peter Stanchek will eventually get involved in like phase 2 or 3, and that's when he's going to take him on and everything with the Harbingers, who are like the X-Men and stuff like that, and Inhumans and stuff. So it's going to be like really cool to see that. But what I'm really, really excited about with the universe is they got other heroes as well for phase 2 and 3, like also like the Japanese ninja Rai, they got Quantum and Woody. They've got quite a lot of things to continue the franchise. Plus, if we get to more villains, I can definitely see for a massive threat, the armor hunters coming in and getting involved because those guys are like fucking beasts and gods and everything. And plus, excuse me. And then plus also pretty much when it comes to pretty much, there is this massive black robot who's like a giant compared to them. He's like their leader, and he's pretty much like he's kind of like Thanos, Darkseid, Apocalypse, them lot type characters. He's that big and he's like that huge of a villain and everything, and it's pretty exciting. And there's just what I like about it is with the Valiant universe, it's like Marvel where it's like really, it's dark as well. It is dark and serious at times a lot, but I think what I love about it is it's lightened up with some characters like Quantum and Woody, Archer and Armstrong, and a few others. And the Unity crossover movies, I think, are going to have such brilliant threats, and that's why I think these movies are going to be great. Now, people are probably wondering, like, do I reckon that this can beat the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Cinematic Universe? Can it beat those two, the big giants? Obviously with Man of Steel 2 years ago it happened. It was a great epic blockbuster movie, in my opinion. If you don't think so or you think differently, more power to you. But I think DC, we're still waiting to see when it explodes into action next year. Then we can really make our comments, and when it's kicking off with the consistency. Obviously, Marvel, Valiant have a lot to really step up to because the MCU, they're doing it on movies, TV shows, Netflix shows, and one shots. And their consistency and their success at the box office is so incredible. It's massive, and it's just they've got such a huge future for Phase 3. It's just big. And now every time you hear the name Marvel Studios, everyone wants to go watch that movie. It's like that's the thing, isn't it? And now with them having Spider-Man side of the universe, they've got so much. They've got the Avengers, they've got Guardians, they've got Spider-Man. They've got like everything now, pretty much. And they've got so much back, like Punisher, Namor, like Daredevil, as you can see with the Netflix series is, and everything. And it's just Marvel have so much power now. For me, the people that are likely to really, really not benefit at all from Valiant having their cinematic universe is 20th Century Fox. Because, as we know, X-Men and Fantastic Four are both old and washed up products at this stage. X-Men's doing really well. The last 3 movies, like X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past, and The Wolverine, were pretty damn good. So, and they've after Days of Future Past, they set the movie on a new path, so it's really good. But we're gonna have to wait and see how they do the franchise now with this type of cinematic universe format. And as we know, this could connect with the Fantastic Four reboot franchise that's coming this year, starting this year. So We're gonna have to wait and see what happens, but I have a weird feeling because Fox, as we know, if you look at Marvel and DC's movies for their cinematic universes, there's so many Marvel and DC movies coming out. They're just everywhere every year, and then Valiant, I can see for Phase One doing loads of solo movies plus the big Unity crossover movie. So there's a lot to look forward to with those three companies, those three franchises. But Fox is kind of like the one where you're kind of like, yeah, they're probably going to get pushed out of this war and everything, or they're just going to be there. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm very excited to see what Fox do with the X-Men because they're starting to get it together. And X-Men Apocalypse, I'm really excited for. Hopefully, Deadpool and Gambit do good. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, basically. But anyway, for me, guys, I'm really, really super excited for the Valiant Cinematic Universe, pretty much. This is going to be huge. As we know, DMG is going to give a shitload of money pretty much to Valiant Entertainment, and it's going to be incredible. I can't wait to start. Obviously, I've been a big fan for quite a while now, Valiant, and I'm really excited to see more merchandise everywhere around the world. The movies coming out for the movie universe and everything. I'm really excited to see this world come to life on the big screen because it deserves it. It's such an epic universe, and it's pretty incredible. Now, guys, pretty much, if you watch this live, thank you for watching. If you're going to watch this when it's uploaded on my channel, thank you so much. Pretty much. Leave a like and comment for your opinions. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much, obviously, pretty much for everyone, by the way, who has subscribed to me so far and everything. I'm almost at 300 subs. Let's keep going, guys. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be, where I am right now, enjoying my YouTube and stuff. Obviously, thank the A-Holes of the Galaxy YouTube team and community. Those guys are awesome. And yeah, pretty much, yeah. And obviously, by the way, if anyone watching, whoever's going to watch this later, if you are a Valiant Comics fan or a, Marvel fan, DC fan, or comic book fan or anything, just, come and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep doing Valiant, Cinematic Universe, videos for the updates for the future and everything because I'm a big fan. And yeah. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Captain North93, follow me on Instagram, Captain North93. And guys, I am out, and I'm very excited for the Valiant Cinematic Universe. Bye, guys.